Episode 2 picks up as we leave Vianden and get back on the road. The Dragon is loaded, the sun is starting to come out, and the real European miles are beginning to build. Today's route takes us out of Luxembourg, across the river border into Germany and onwards towards Baden-Baden. But as always with motorcycle travel, things don't always go exactly to plan, and we run into problems very soon. Well, welcome to Baden-Baden. This is one of our stepping stones to go through the Black Forest and on over into Switzerland. We're staying in Bern for 4 nights, but unfortunately we've got here. We've booked 2 nights and they've only booked us in for 1 night. So now they're going to have to find us either more accommodation or move the rooms around, but they said they're fully booked. So the manager's actually looking at it now, and hopefully he can sort something out for us. But let me quickly show you our bike setup down here. We've locked all the bikes up because it's these big places, you know, you don't know who's knocking around, and it takes 5 seconds to put your bike in the back of a van, but it's pretty secure. So this is where we've parked the bikes for the night. So there's a Scots bike there with a super lock on, and we've got a front lock on Scott's bike, and then you've got the chain through the back wheel of mine. I've only got 1 lock, but yeah, you can never be too careful. So hopefully the bikes are going to be secure, and hopefully they're not going to get robbed. I really do hope that they can sort this situation out, because I don't fancy just loading the bikes up again tomorrow morning. Just want to chill out. It's been a long ride today. Anyway, let's go and find out what happens. Right, so we've literally been shafted here. So they've overbooked us, or underbooked us. We've got confirmation that it's 2 nights, innit, Scott?
2,
yeah. 2 nights, got the email and everything. We tried to show the guy, doesn't speak English, which isn't a problem, but we had to translate. He's blaming the woman that was on reception. She's blaming him. And it's an absolute farce. Like, it's only a cheap hotel, but that's not the point. We've now actually got to go and book a hotel. We're trying to get in the place that we're staying on the 18th. We're trying to get in that for tomorrow. It looks like it's available, but I'll let you know how we get on. What an absolute joke, innit? So in the end, we were able to book another night in Baden-Baden in France. So on we go. And to be honest, I don't think we could wait to get out of here. Right, let's go. So, that was Baden-Baden. But whatever you do, guys, don't stay in that hotel there. The manager's an absolute a-hole. So, just a word of warning. Absolute rude person he was. Now, I never normally say that about people, but that guy was an absolute idiot. He just didn't care that they'd made a mistake. And that's just terrible, that. So you've seen what the hotel is anyway. I'm not going to say any more about it, but yeah, it didn't spoil the stay. We had a nice little stay in Baden-Baden. It's just a normal German town, really. It's not a special. I mean, we've only stayed in one part, so we don't know what the other parts are like. I'd like to see a lot more of it. So the place we were due to be booked in tomorrow night, we've managed to get it for tonight as well, and they've kind of let us rack up a little bit earlier as well, because I think we're only on a 3-hour journey on this. It's not going to take too long, is it, to get there? But I said to Scott, we'll just slow down a little bit and just take our time, have a stop somewhere, get something nice to eat. But the weather's changed as well. I mean, yesterday it was 27 degrees. I think it's going to be 29 today, which is nice, but when you got all this motorcycle gear on, I just keep opening my jackets and stuff. I'm not complaining, by the way. I work in the rain and the snow and everything like that, and this is lovely to me. It really is. The whole trip's just been great up to now. But yeah, this place Baden-Baden's quite beautiful in the daytime. It's full of fountains and, you know, old German buildings and stuff. I mean, look at that place there. That's absolutely gorgeous, that. So the QJ, the Dragon, is actually doing quite well on this trip. It's fully loaded up and it's handling the weight no problem. What I'm having to get used to though is oiling the chain, because obviously going from a shaft drive bike to something with a chain, you're probably sitting there thinking, oh, he's just moaning, but I'm not. It's just it's one of those things, isn't it? I did actually have a Scott oiler for the bike and I was going to fit it on last week, and I had to cut into this vacuum pipe which is at the front of the engine under the tank to make it work, and I took all the side panels off and everything, and then I had to take the petrol tank off basically, and I thought, you know what, I'm not going to do that, because there was all wires and pipes hanging down and stuff, and I thought, if I mess something up here, that's going to spoil our trip. And I've been sitting on the Royal Enfield now, so I decided against it, put the panels back on, and I'm glad I did, because I had visions of, you know, the pipe coming out, and I'm stuck in the middle of like nowhere. I've got breakdown cover and all that, but you know, I just didn't want to chance it. And Scott even texted me, he said, don't do it. And I thought, you know what, he's right there. So I bottled out in the end, but I'll probably fit that Scott oiler on my Enfield, because I think it's easy, more accessible. That there's not as many, you know, pipes and electrical gadgets and stuff. So the road we're heading on at the moment is the B500, which is a popular route, but I believe it's full of speed cameras, and you know, the police have got drones up and all kinds of stuff like that. So if you wonder what that is, that's a radar. So it's AI, blind spot recognition. So it's sensing Scott in front now, and it gets people coming up on side and all that, which is a good thing to have. Good little safety feature on the D7A.
The next leg would take us away from Baden-Baden and into one of the places I'd been looking forward to most, the Black Forest. The road started to change almost instantly. Long straights gave way to sweeping bends, trees closed in around us, and the bikes finally had the sort of roads they were built for. The Dragon was fully loaded, working hard in the heat, but still pushing on without complaint. Every mile was another chance to see what this Chinese-made machine could really do on a proper European tour. Scott was right there with me, and between the two bikes, the scenery and the rising temperature, the trip was starting to feel completely different from the motorway miles that had gotten us here. We were heading for Baldesheim in northeastern France, but Switzerland was getting closer with every turn of the wheels. The roads were getting better, the weather was getting hotter, and now, finally, this journey was beginning to feel like the adventure I had imagined.
So one thing about this B500, the speed limiter, in my opinion, a little bit ridiculous. It doesn't make sense. You've got autobahns, which you can travel any speed you want in some places, and then here you've got like ultimate restrictions. So we're in a 50 kilometers an hour here, which is about 35-40 mile an hour, but we've got 28-30 kilometers of this to do, and it's just too slow. The bike's just like, you might as well just come on a little 125 or a 50cc if you're going to take this road, because it looks so much fun, the surface is beautiful and all that, and I'm all for safety, I really am, but this is an absolute joke for bikers. Right, so here's a point for you. Now this is just proving my point, I reckon. So there's a guy there in front of me on a bicycle, right? I'm doing 50. You're just on what, 50, 51, I slow it down, 49. He's going faster than me. He's on a push bike. What's that all about? Honestly, I can't even keep up with him. So I'm going to see if he beats me down this hill now. And I'm going to keep it on a steady 48 mile an hour. There we go. I'm not catching him. What's that all about? Oh, it's coming up to 70 now. Let's see if I can blow him off. I'm going to do them on this bend. Right, let's get it up to 70. Keep it on a steady 70 there. That's it. Go ahead. 70, 67. Yeah, done them on the bend. Look at that for a shot. Done them on the bend there, so I'm faster than a bike. Just want to put that out there. But all seriously, I couldn't overtake him there because he was going faster than me on a push bike. That's just madness, isn't it? So I know we were moaning about the speed limit, but I just pulled over here. Look at that view there. What a beautiful view that is. Yeah, it's getting better, I think. So one thing I like about some of these places you come to abroad in Europe, places like that, is the old classic cars which rock up. Take a look at this one here. This is beautiful. This is an old Jaguar. That's just elegant, isn't it? Look at that, spoked wheels on it. It's mint condition, that. Beautiful inside. Yeah, all the leather's well intact. And you can hardly tell with some of them. They might be in original condition. Some of them have been restored. The old dashboard there with all the wood on it, and the old clocks. Very nice. So let's see how the big lad, the Dragon, actually handles on these roads here. I'll probably get a few of these bends wrong, I know I will. Very nice road surface, it really is. Yeah, very nice. I like the engine braking on this. Gives you confidence going into these bends. You don't really have to touch much brake. That does it for you. A bit of back brake there, get it banked over. Just follow it around, hit the bend, apex out. So just off the throttle you get like that light engine brake in there. These roads are absolutely fantastic. And this is loaded up on the QJ as well. But I think the Germans should actually pat themselves on the back for these road surfaces. So we're at this little cafe in the Black Forest, and the owners just said put your pin on the map as to where you're from. But if you look at that, where we're from, so we're the first people from Liverpool. Happy days. So let's go through my setup. First of all, tank bag. Now that's for spare batteries, license, wallet, stuff that's easy accessible, passport, special documents, your phone, cameras. Now that comes off the bike every time I leave it. If I go into a restaurant or somewhere like that, I always leave the bike where we can see it anyway, but that comes off. It's anchored both sides. You've got an anchor point at the front and then 2 straps at the side, so it's secured in 3 locations. So it easily just unclips on one side, peel it back, get your fuel in, back on, job done. Quite simple. When it comes off the bike, I leave 1 strap on, goes over the shoulder. It's with you all the time. Right, the elephant in the room, or the rhino I should say. This is a Rhino Warrior 65 litre bag. It's strapped to the back of my bike, and I've used some rock straps, which I've had a few problems with, but I don't think I was using them right. But they're fine now anyway. I'm just using them in singular. I was doubling them up. I got it quite wrong the other day when we were in Luxembourg, but they just unclip. Simple as. Let me just show you this now quickly. So in here goes, let's have a look. Right, let's get that off there. Right, 65 litres, fully waterproof, total overkill. I've brought too many clothes, double that I needed to bring, considering that we're staying in places where there's washing machines. So I'm thinking of actually putting some of that in a box and sending it back home, because it's just far too much to carry in and out of places every time we stop. So that's that. Next, left hand pannier, I've got all my camera equipment in there, laptop, SD cards, all that sort of stuff, stands, all the camera gear. This one, toolbox, got all the stuff in it, my lock, basic tools, chain lubrication, bits and bobs like that, spare sliders and things. So that stays on the bike. There's not a lot of valuable stuff in there. In fact, there's no valuable stuff in there anyway, so it can stay on all the time. Back box, we've got tops, spare jackets, tops, caps. I might keep like sunglasses in there, and that's it basically. That's my setup. But as I say, that's total overkill. But you live and learn when you come on these trips. I mean, really, I'm a bit of a novice in all this, but I'm learning and I'm getting there. But another word, just about the engine on the bike. Right, I know it's nothing to do with the setup, but this, I've got to say, being on the motorway, fully loaded up. Let me just get around here first. So, being on the motorway, fully loaded up, there's a string of wagons and you need to get past them. So, get into the fast lane. When it's in 6th gear, round about 5,000 RPM, you give it a handful of throttle and it absolutely pulls like a train. It's unbelievable, that little motor. It really is, little V-twin 650. Can't believe how good that is, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. It sounds great when it's going. You can hear the little gears working and it's fantastic. So yeah, hope you like my setup. If you've got any comments about my setup, please give us some advice, because as I say, I'm new to all this travelling sort of stuff, and tell me what you use on your bike. I really would be interested to know.
We finally made it to Bouldersheim, where we'd be staying for the next 2 nights. After several days on the road, this apartment was exactly what we needed. Somewhere to unpack, get some washing done, charge the cameras and give ourselves a bit of a break. The temperature was really starting to climb now, so we decided to keep the bikes parked up and just chill for a couple of days. The dragon had earned a rest anyway, and so had we. Next stop though, Switzerland. So join me in the next episode when the roads and the scenery just become off the charts.